Today's tropical weather update is brought to you by State Insurance Company Limited. Live in a better state of mind.
Good day and welcome to the tropical weather update for today, Friday the 19th of September 2025. I am Letitia Humphreys. Now, a flash flood advisory is in effect for flood-prone or low-lying areas of Antigua. This is in effect until 4 p.m. this afternoon, and a flash flood advisory tells that waterways or even water bodies have already begun to be elevated or are rising to that level so that they are beginning to overflow. Now, the flash flood advisory is as a result of some daytime heating effects. So we're looking at the radar currently, where we're seeing that we have some showers that are building over the island, and especially in the southwestern side of Antigua, where radar estimates are indicating that there is a possibility that there could have been up to 2 inches of rain that would have fallen over this area within the past 2 hours. So remember, a flash flood advisory is in effect, and this means that we already have some waterways and water bodies that are already elevated and possibly already overflowing. Now, on our satellite imagery, we have Tropical Storm Gabrielle. Tropical Storm Gabrielle is just about 500 miles or a little over 500 miles to the northeast of the northern Leeward Islands. It is moving towards the northwest presently, and as Gabrielle continues that way, it is expected to make a west-northwesterly turn and eventually to the north. By Sunday, Gabrielle is expected to strengthen into a hurricane, but as of 11 a.m. this morning, Gabrielle was located at approximately 21.9 degrees to the north, 55.6 degrees west, and is moving at just about 12 miles per hour with maximum sustained winds of 50 miles per hour. There is a tropical wave that is in the main development region. We were monitoring this wave earlier in the week. However, because of some dry air surrounding that wave, the National Hurricane Center has discontinued this watch as it is struggling and not expected to develop any further. A second tropical wave just off the west coast of Africa is presently now being monitored as it progresses across the main development region, and we will continue to monitor that as it goes along. Now, Gabrielle, here's a track forecast for Gabrielle, where we see Gabrielle to the northeast of the Leeward Islands, and it is expected to move safely out into sea away from us, so there are no alerts, no watches or warnings in effect for any of our areas at this time. As a result of Gabrielle also being in the area, Gabrielle is sending some swells into our coastlines, so there is a high surf advisory that is in effect for Antigua, Barbuda, Montserrat, the British Virgin Islands, Anguilla, St. Kitts, and Nevis, as there are some swells coming out of the east up to around 1.8 meters or 6 feet. So for those beach goers or for anyone doing anything around the coastal areas, you're going to be noticing that there are some swells rolling in and crashing at the seashore. So the coastlines are rather hazardous at this time. So this advisory will remain in effect until tomorrow. So check our website and you will see the different times, the different timelines for the different islands associated with this high surf advisory. Now, on our tropical weather outlook, we see here we have Gabrielle to the east-northeast of us and moving into the Central Atlantic, and that second wave that I spoke about just off the west coast of Africa with just a low chance to develop into a tropical cyclone over the next 2 to 7 days. So just at a 20% at the time being. Now, that tropical wave is in an area where there is some dry air. There's dust also around, so that dry, dusty air. So we will be monitoring it. So this is what is actually causing these systems to struggle quite a bit as they move across the main development region. We see Gabrielle here, some dry air, but it's not as significant as what we see here around this tropical wave, the one that they would have dropped watching, because that dry air is impeding the development of this tropical wave. And now that second tropical wave, we will monitor it to see if any of that dry air gets ingested into that center as well, or into that tropical wave, and preventing it from developing much further. Remember that you are our eyes on the outside. We ask you to take any pictures or videos and send them to us. abmsiwatch@gmail.com, so we can share them and tag you on our social media platforms. Our social media platforms are Instagram, Facebook, YouTube and X, Antigua and Barbuda Meteorological Service, and locally our hotline 463-4638, our website antiguamet.com, where you can get all your weather information. Remember to continue to monitor with us and stay ready as we go further into the Atlantic hurricane season. I'm Letitia Humphreys. Have a good day.
Today's tropical weather update has been brought to you by State Insurance Company Limited. Live in a better state of mind.